What's up, guys, and welcome back for another Diablo 3 set dungeon guide. We're going to be going over Inna's Mantra. This is going to be a relatively easy set dungeon, but it's also kind of annoying in a way. But first off, let's start off with the location of this. You're going to be in Act 2, right? You're in Portia Hidden Camp there. And then once you go into Hidden Camp, you're going to go up here to the Chaldean Bazaar. Once here, you're just going to go up into the bazaar and kind of make this U-turn around, and you're going to go into this flooded causeway. Once you get into the flooded causeway, just go down up over here and then make this U-turn here, and it's right here. These are the objectives for Inna's Mantra set dungeon. Unleash your mystic allies on 10 enemies within 10 yards 5 different times, and then do not get frozen for the duration of the dungeon. And then for mastery, which is what we're going after, we're going to complete both objectives and kill every monster in there. Alright, now just going over the build that I used to complete this, you're going to have to dumb down your damage considerably. I'm at 559,000 damage, and I'm probably still too powerful and kill things a little bit too quickly for this. So I would say somewhere between 250 to 300,000 is probably where you want to be. But going over the gear, we're going to be using the head, waist, legs, hands, and the torso of Inna's, right? And then we're going to be using Band of the Rue Chambers. This is going to allow our spirit generators to generate a little bit more resource. Use Compass Rose and Traveler's Pledge. The only legendary gem I'm using is Gogok with Swiftness to try to help with cooldown, to keep the Mystic Ally ability up so I can use it more often when I get into a situation where I can get 10 guys grouped up. And then with that being said, a lot of my gear has cooldown on it. As you can see, I'm sitting at like 60% cooldown, which is also a big benefit and can help you a lot as well. Try to stay away from things like crit or anything that's damage oriented, because you want to try to get that damage as low as possible. And then using your Shenlong's weapons, right? And then your shoulders can be pretty much anything you need it to be. I mean, there's no real, benefit to have here. Use diamonds all your gear for all resist and cooldown reduction in your helm. And then also I'm using ice climbers in the feet, because it's going to allow me to gain immunity to freeze and immobilizing effects, which allows me to get the second objective of this set dungeon done without even worrying about it, because I can't be frozen, and I'll just automatically complete that. As far as your Paragon goes, I have everything into movement speed. I've taken everything else out of this tab. Offensive, I've taken everything out except for cooldown reduction, and then everything else is just still stacked up in there. Then that's just another way of reducing the damage that you output as well. And then for the Q, I'm using Ring of Roll Grandeur, which facilitates me using Ice Climbers, still get the 6-piece set bonus. Then I've got Depth Diggers, primary skills that generate resources, deal 100% additional damage. This is going to be going towards Way of the 100 Fists, which is going to help with elites. If you still are doing too much damage, you could probably switch this out for something else entirely. And that's kind of up to you. Probably if you have a hard time getting a lot of CDR, probably lay Orc's Crown, which is going to help you, which is going to double the effects of your diamond in here. And then GM, which is also going to help with your cooldowns to keep your Dashing Strike charges up and your Mystic Ally. Now, as far as your abilities go, we're going to be using Way of 100 Fists with Blazing Fist, Cyclone Strike for Implosion. Using Cyclone Strike to actually pull guys in before you hit your Mystic Ally will help you get your 10 to your group of 10. And then Mystic Ally with Air Ally, Dashing Strike with Way of the Falling Star, Mantra of Conviction with Annihilation, which I didn't use all that much, and then Epiphany with Insight. Your passive skills are going to be Fleet-Footed, Beacon of Aviator, and then a Clarity, and then Seize the Initiative. Alright guys, so this is the map portion for the Inna's set dungeon. Now, I didn't really follow any sort of path here. You're really just going to have to try to do your best to get the groups that you can get with Mystic Ally as you go. You come in up here, and then you're just going to have to kind of clear each area as you go. Look for big groups. I ended up completing the first objective down over here. If you kill everything as you go, as you can see, it's somewhat linear, right? If you kill everything as you go down here, then once you get your first objective complete, you should be able to kill everything. But yeah, there's not really any planned path that makes it easier. You're just kind of use Dashing Strike to go cover gaps and stuff like that to help speed up the process. Alright, I'm just going to kind of commentary over this run that I did. It was kind of a rough start on this run, to be honest, because it's kind of a weird situation with Mystic Ally. I'm going to find a big group of guys. It takes, doesn't take very much on the Cyclone Strike, and I'm just going to dash in, and then I'm just going to hit Mystic Ally. For everything else, I'm just going to grab I'm just for every other pack that's in this thing, I'm just gonna like try to take them down because I don't want to come back for them at all. As you'll see here, I'm gonna probably like attempt to do like a few Cyclone Strike pulls. My damage was still a little too high to do multiple Cyclone Strikes. I did 2 there, which I lucked out. And this is kind of where I changed my strategy for the most part. So like I get that strike down there and then hit Mystic Ally and get another one. And then after I do that, I'm just gonna clean up everything. Because once they actually, you know, are tagged for Mystic Ally, you really can't get multiple objectives off the same group of guys. There we go. There should be another one. Yep, 3 of 5. Relatively, you can get the first objective done pretty quick, honestly, if your damage is lower enough. It doesn't hurt to have a little bit extra damage too, like kind of be in the middle area, because once you do get your first objective done, you're going to have whatever time you have left to kill everything as quickly as possible. But then you can start spamming Way, 100 Fist, and Cyclone Strike a lot more than you normally would. It's like here, I wanted to get a group there, but they just split on me, which is something you have to watch out for as well. So I just move down here, and these elites too, they use Frozen sometimes, right? So even if you don't have Ice Climbers, you can probably still get away with it not being frozen at all. The trick is just keep moving, right? Use Dancing Strike as much as you can to get around. You can cross gaps with it as long as it doesn't get stuck. You just want to make sure you kill everything as you go, because you do not want to have to, like, you know, go back and try to get up stragglers or whatever. You won't have enough time. That was a group that probably could have been like a 10 pull, but when I came in there, the ability just, my damage was just too high for that and just knocked them all out. But as you can see, I still have like 100. If you're at this point here, you have 4 or 5 years Ice Climbers, and you have 147 guys left. Chances are you're gonna be good. You're gonna have, you know, enough mobs in there to complete everything and get enough groupings here. I think I actually hit the last one right there. Yeah. So now I'm just gonna, like, you know, use all my abilities as fast as possible just to get everything down. See, I still have like 2 minutes to take down like 100 guys or so. Very, very easy. I think the biggest thing you can think is, the biggest trick here is just to keep moving, really. And once you're actually able to get, you know, where you can just start killing everything, cleaning everything up, Cyclone Strike and Wave 100 Fist, just everything. Your Mystic Allies will just take care of all that really quickly as well. That's why I probably wouldn't go down to like a 200,000 DPS, just because if you get to this point and your damage is really lacking, you could actually run out of time trying to get everything down. Trying to find a nice medium, like a nice balance between the two, is important. You see here, I got 41 guys. And right now, I'm not even sure if I've got everybody down here that I need. So I'm just not even thinking about it. I'm just going to try to kill everything and see what I've got left when I run out of guys. I lucked out, though. I managed to, you know, clean up the dungeon as I was going right there. But yeah, it's not too difficult. This is not a very hard set dungeon. It just requires a little bit of strategy and a little bit of, you know, crowd control. But with that being said, I hope this video has helped you completing the Inna's Mantras set dungeon guide. And if you like this video, hit the like button. If you want to see more gaming content, let's plays, all that good stuff, then hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time.